Alright people, we are finally back for another FPL 2023 spring recap of the Fossil Fighters led by Knicknom versus the Edgerunners led by Jeff. So, starting off in this game, we got Blind Maxes and Postels, aka Secret, versus Bibleman in OU. So, I think they knew that they were bringing this stall team. This stall team has become fairly infamous, by the way. And it makes you just really wish that we had Kartana or Rillaboom right about now. That'd be pretty good. I mean, you got all these water types and then superpower, and then you could just use a little bit of Great Tusk too. I mean, that'd be great. But unfortunately, we don't have that at the moment. So, let's see what happens here. You know, I always love leading Rotom. It's just the universal lead, as they say, versus a Tinglu, which is pretty good. So obviously throwing a Hydra, they're going to switch just to be safe, get a Willow off. They are going to natural cure, but every little bit of chip is chip. So get some rocks up. You can mortal spin. They don't have any steel types, so they're going to switch in order to not get poisoned, just in case as they go for spikes. Go into Golden Go. This thing can't be statused. Back out into Tinglu. And obviously you don't want to lose your balloon. They could go for Heavy Slam to try to break the balloon. Back out into Blissey. Get the trick off. Very key trick. So no more heavy duty boots on this thing. So if you can get those hazards stacked, of course they're probably going to have a lot more heavy duty boots on their mons. Grass Knot does absolutely nothing because, as we all know, Rotom does not weigh a lot. I learned that the hard way when I tried to Grass Knot Rotom back in the day in like X and Y with a Greninja, and it didn't go well for me. So Blissey's going to switch out into Tinglu. Get the Mortal Spin off. So this thing's poison. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 62, and it doesn't have its boots anymore. This thing's going to come and take a heck of a lot, but try to bait out the hazards going up. Go for the Heavy Slam. So you can go. Can you go for Hydra? Okay. So they stayed in, anticipating it. Hydra wasn't going to do that much anyways. They knew they could live probably. Another trick off. But it's just going to be heavy duty boots for heavy duty boots. As this thing comes in now. So now 2 layers of spikes up though, but back to full. That's the thing. These guys can all, so we got rest, I think wish, recover, soft boiled. So even though they only have 5 PP, it's still not looking that good. So make it rain. Of course, that Vessel of Ruin is going to make it do absolutely nothing. Back out and Hattering on the wake up. On the Heavy Slam. Oh no. Yeah. Get another Heavy Slam off. If you could try to get some, I mean, it's going to be tough. If you can have King Gambit at the end, have all these guys gone, then maybe get some Supreme Overlord going. Missed the key Will-O-Wisp miss, even though, I mean, they're probably just going to rest it off anyways. 2 Will-O-Wisp miss in a row. That would have been nice to at least get the chip. Force a rest on this thing, you know what I mean? So you can Mortal Spin now to get rid of them. Energy Ball prediction, nice. I'm not sure if it has Earth Power as its last move or not. Nice Earth Power there. Does absolutely nothing though. Energy Ball is not going to do enough. I think EQ's coming in, and that's going to get up those. Oh wait, was it? How come it was it not? Was it Corrosion? It must have been. I don't know. Because I thought I was going to get up some T-Spikes. Alright, bring out the hat. It's on only 6% at this point. Magic bounce it back, but it's not going to do anything to that guy. I don't know if we should put it on fast or not yet. You know, even though it's like a stall match, it's still like very good plays that are being made. So very interesting to see all the momentum that everyone's pushed for. Now this was their win con. They're like, if I can get Excalibur in, then I can sweep this type of team, because they knew this was coming. Unfortunately, they've got a heavy duty boots Dondozo with Unaware. That's going to take absolutely nothing from this thing. And then the Glaive Wrench into an Avalanche. Oh wait, no, it takes the extra damage on the next turn, so that's probably why I didn't just Oko. Body press onto this thing as Pex now comes out on a Volt Switch. does a heck of a lot out into this. But they're just going to keep on switching out, I'm assuming. Heavy duty boots once again. As here comes the Amnesia. Oof, you hate to see it. So, land a Will-O-Wisp finally. And this Will-O-Wisp is going to stay. Ting Lu comes out. Boots on the Ting Lu as well. Have I missed that up until this point? I just hasn't taken any hazards either. I'm telling you. The lack of knockoff in this game, that's what we were talking about afterwards, is that the lack of knockoff and just strong grass types in this game is really what lends to this team being so powerful. So Dragon Dance up now. Goes for an EQ on the Terra Fairy. Misses the Toxic, makes up for some of those burn misses, but it's not like those burn misses really mattered as much because they could have just rested or natural cured. If you landed a Toxic on this thing, there wasn't any getting rid of it. It's not going to matter that much because as we saw, this thing landed as 33. And this might be just about it. We do get some Supreme Overlord coming in with the Fallen 3. Really wish this thing had knockoff. You go for a wish as there's a Katal Cleave. I'm surprised that ×2 attack Supreme Overlord didn't do enough. This thing's unaware, so it can't really do a lot. But the Supreme Overlord does come in, and there's the counter though. And it's like, man. So Bibleman's still going for it. 22%. Really need knockoff to take care of this team because has everything been heavy duty boost just about? I can't see them really. I mean, this thing's Scarf now, but just wasn't enough. Alright, so let me see. Nasty Plot 1, no tier because Bliss is tricked. Alright. Edit that out. Alright, so moving on to game 2 here. We got GEEV versus Prism Armor, aka TrueDrew. Let's see what happens. We got a whole bunch of Rain Mons, and then we've got Indeedee plus Poltergeist and Alucha. These three all are going to move around the latest tier shifts. So let's see. So Donphan versus the Toadscruel. Bring out the Espeon, which I'm trying to think because of course you have Magic Bounce for anything they like to do, but they have the Mycelium Might. So I don't know if they wanted to try to take a hit like that or not. Go for a Psychic, doesn't do a whole lot. Bring out the Donphan. Rocks go up, you can easily Rapid Spin, there's no Ghost types or anything. Bring out Pelipper to get up the Rain, which is kind of scary. 100% accurate Hurricanes. Go for a knockoff to get rid of the... Okay, so it's Damp Rock, not even Boots. Cool. So if it comes back in, okay, there goes for the Hydro. Misses onto the Rapid Spin. Excellent. So you're really getting as much as you can out of this Donphan. I know the knockoff, because that's pretty much all you can do. Can't EQ it. Kilowattrel comes out, takes some nice Stealth Rocks chip. Yeah, those rocks are key for getting chip on a lot of these Mons, because having the Rain up, you're going to need to be able to take him out without having too much initial setup. Lives and gets the Para. Critical hit. Goodness, this turn is just crazy. I mean, goodness. I don't know if it was what the roll was on that. I don't feel like calculating it, but go on Espeon. Goes for the knock. They don't even need their Mycelium Might yet. So Shadow Ball. As there goes the eject button. Alright, so Poltergeist time as the rocks go up. Yeah, if you know that those rocks are coming, you're gonna... I mean, Donphan is still alive, but you'd rather just get it in now and then try to set it up. So go for the Shell Smash because you're sashed. So you know that you can... Ooh, but the Encore, yeah, this thing is always going to be there to do that type of stuff. So now they're going to try to get it down with Sash. So at that point, I mean, Poltergeist just can't do much now, right? It's still Encore, and then rocks are going to kill it. and then Espeon dies to rocks. Yeah, that's why this thing's here. It's very good at support. Not very strong, but good with support. And the EQ just takes it out. I'm honestly kind of surprised that did that. Is this max attack Dawn Fan? I know it doesn't have Mawil's defense, it's more Spadef, but still. Alright, Indeedee dies to rocks. Yeah, unfortunately everything was just really chipped down. And because, let's think about this. So if they had their Burden activated right now, they would have taken this thing out. I don't think they could have killed Floatzel. I don't think close combat would have killed personally. And they had already Terrored, right? So they could Aqua Jet. I don't know. I don't think could have done there. It would have been a lot closer though, because obviously this just dies to rocks. So that's unfortunate. But that's the way the game goes. So we got Coolio versus Burnie. I feel like I've gone up against Burnies in the FPL. Let's see what we got going here. So we got a nice little Cloyster and a Klefki. Blissey plus Slowbro, Mudsdale, another Klefki. Very tough opposing teams. Basimian coming up from NU to battle an RU. So lead Komala. Komala needs to come on down to NU, I'm saying, because could really use some rapid spenders down there. So body slam into U-turn. Don't get the pair off. As Blissey comes in, there's the switcheroo. So that's getting the boots off of Blissey is the equivalent of like knocking off. I mean, I guess knocking off the boots either way, but I just think about it like knocking off the leftovers on him on like Heatran. That's the only way you're going to be able to whittle it down. But even more so with Blissey, because now it just can't switch into, especially if you get all these hazards up. So Komala comes in, no ghost type, so you can feel free to rapid spin. I'm not sure if they're going to taunt you or not. Oh, the Terra Ghost, that's the same thing. Yep. Yeah, if you're going to run hazards like this, then yeah, Terra Ghost is very good on Klefki. So you turn out because they can't do anything versus the Klefki being a ghost type. And it's like, alright, well, if you're going to get these hazards up, I'm going to get these hazards up too, bud. T-Wave off. And there's the other T-Wave. Alright, so we're kind of just at a stalemate here. Should we go fast? Alright, Mudsdale comes out. Takes nice 25%. Gives it the stamina boost, but hey, it's nice and shipped. Go out into the Altaria to try to defog. Oof, but the Roar, they're not going to have it. Heavy duty boots, so you thank goodness, because you would be at 50% right now. Get the burn off, so they can't do much with EQ. Does absolutely nothing with the Intimidate, plus the burn, plus Arcanine being relatively bulky. Another Roar. They're just trying to get rid of these hazards. They're just trying to get rid of the hazards. So, alright, if you're going to keep roaring, I'm going to roar too. So, the Mudsdale also tried to roar there. Arcanine went first. Go for a nice little Sludge Bomb. I'm just trying to think about that because 175. I mean, shouldn't oh right, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, of course, because they're. I was thinking about it like Trick Room or something, but no, because they're both using a negative priority move, it just makes it to where the fastest one using that negative priority goes first. Okay, I just had to clear that in my head. So Altaria is poisoned, so that sucks. It's fine though, we got the natural cure. And this thing's already paralyzed, so even though they have the corrosion, they can't do it. They will just be able to knock it out with a flamethrower, of course. So Terra Normal, they know that they're going to try to poison them, so they're like, alright, I'll try to get my speed boost going right now. Rather be burned and not be poisoned, or badly toxic, but you got to make use of the Heracross while you can. So go for Protect, as there's another Trailblaze. And the leftovers will keep them from dying from burn. Oh, I just remembered. I think this was the last game during this week. I remember now. This is the game that came down. I should have had this as the last game, but I just like going through them in order. But it's hard for me to keep track of exactly when they were all played. But I know for a fact this was the last game. So, get the Mega Horn off. Can we go back and replay that? I feel like so. All right, so I switch out into Klefki. I get a massive Mega Horn damage off, and then they're able to get up a little spike just before getting knocked out by Mega Horn again. Crazy roll, 51 into 55. So you turn out into Blissey. Gets burned, they can naturally cure it, no problem though. So there goes the rocks into the defog. They're not having any of these hazards. Alright, Kamala comes out. There's some rocks. Switch out into Slowbro. So go for the rapid spin. Not having any of these rocks because they really need this Cloyster to come in without any hazards. So come in on the slack off. Back out into Kamala because this thing's just gonna stir for body press or something like that. Go for a body slam, and now is where things get controversial because it gets paralyzed on that turn and then full para. Remember though that it did body press it initially and didn't get the para. So go for the toxic. It is unfortunate that it all happened on the same turn though. So get some regen back. Bring back in the Slowbro. Critical hit. That does a lot for a flamethrower, I'm going to be honest there. Back out to Kamala. Another full para. They just can't catch a break. Out into Altaria. So what they're trying to do is that as soon as they get rid of the Slowbro, they know that the Cloyster can come in and sweep. They're not having any of that though. They're going to try to get some regen back, keep it relatively healthy. Get a Seismic Toss off. They have to go all in now for this Cloyster to be able to win. So another Seismic Toss, get it very low. Icicle Spear is easily going to be able to get the Blissey down. They want to bring in the Slowbro as safely as they can anyways, 73%. Now they go for the Rock Blast. They know they're going to get 5 hits, but 5 hits is not going to do enough to take out a Slowbro in 1 hit. Now they get full parried, and it's like, oh man, it's just one of those things. So yeah, all that stuff, they're like, once that happened, the game was over, unfortunately. Unless they like missed Rock Blast on the Salazzle, which they go for Icicle Spear just not to miss. But folks, it's just one of the parts of the game, I'm sorry to say. And then down goes the Pissimian. You know, when we play Pokemon, we all sign a social contract that there's just things that can happen in a game that can send the game to go either way. So I'm facing off against TomSprite. So they go for spikes as I go for spikes. Miss a key toxic, and I'm like, dang. I mean, this was kind of just my mod to get up the hazard, so at this point, I just want to get him out. I'm trying to get some hazard chip on a lot of stuff. I get very lucky, I'm going to be honest. And not only did they miss the first toxic, I got it right out into the mon that I wanted. I wanted to get this Pissimian chipped because Lurantis was probably heavy duty boost. Chipping this thing would have been nice too, or this. Electros would have been immune to it, so I was counting on it being one of these, but best case scenario was Pissimian because once that thing's chipped, that's permanent. And I need it so that in case it's Pissimian versus Pissimian, then I can knock him out. So bring out Sama Hayek, if any of you guys know the movie Dust to Dawn. And then they bring out Lurantis, and I'm expecting a defog here, but I also don't want to risk them going for Leaf Storm on my switch to Pissimian. I would much rather them get rid of all the hazards than them go for Leaf Storm and I predict wrong and I just lose Pissimian because I could really need it at the end. They do actually go for defog. So I try to go for the best player. I get up a nice little T-Spike, so I still have some form of hazards up. And like, alright, well obviously I don't want to take an EQ, so I'm going to go into this, my defensive monster. And I think we exchange rocks, yep. So now they go Electros. And yeah, I probably, looking back, I really should have gone for Rock Slide. I thought we were going to just go for an EQ war and try to wear each other down. They're not having any of it. A lot of people like to run Glare. I think that's the standard on Sandy. I just see so many situations where there's flying types or levitators that wall me. It's like I'd rather be able to do something than get walled by a Rotom at the end of the game or something. So Volt Switch out. Chernobyl's pretty low, not gonna lie, but this thing gets poisoned. It could shed skin any turn though. They don't get it that turn. Switch out into Lurantis, which is heavy to boots. And at this point, this is like, okay, finally, this move is gonna come in for me because I don't really run this, but I was like, alright, I'm tired of seeing this Lurantis. If I'm ever in a situation where I'm versus Bruxish or something else, then I can at least get some guaranteed first impression damage off, which is exactly what I did. So I really needed this chip on this thing, because now that allows me to bring on my Passimian, and then I can force mount and then go for a U-turn. Oh, I Terrasilize. Oh, that's right. I confused my own self. This is my my Zoroark. I was like, I need that chip because I think that Specs Dark Pulse would have killed that thing. So I go for it there, and it 2 KOs this thing. So I'm like, great. The hazards are sitting up. They're not getting rid of any of this stuff. Oh, wait, no, my bad. They can't get up any more hazards. And more importantly, they don't have as many switch-ins to Passimian, is what I was thinking. So you turn out, and they take some nice Rocky Helmet chip. It's the whole point of bringing it in to get the nice Rocky Helmet chip out into Chernobyl. So yeah, they still have the ability to defog, but I can just still go right for that Toxic Spikes again. Oh, I actually go for a Poison Jet first. Maybe I should have predicted that, because obviously they're not going to stay in. But you know, Monday morning quarterback. Still no Shed Skin on their part, as they bring out Jeff. And I'm like, well, I'm going to try to give it as much chip as I can. It's going to take the Wave Crash chip, plus the Recoil, plus the Rocky Helmet, sorry. And I'm like, alright, I'm going to start just spamming, at this point, start spamming Dark Pulse. Unfortunately, it's kind of even, because they can just keep, every time I bring out Zoroark, they're just going to go out into Passimian because they can revenge kill me. But my goal is to try to take away their walls and win a speed tie at this point, is what I'm thinking. That's the only way I'm going to win this game, is I have to win that speed tie. They finally get their Shed Skin going so that they can get some true leftovers recovery. And I knock them out. Specs Terra Dark Pulse is nasty. And I go into my own Passimian because I know that I can live the hit. And I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm like, it's all going to come down to this. And like, if I can get this close combat off. Now, at the same time, I was also thinking, I sat on this for a little bit. I was like, if I can go on to Bruxish on the close combat, then I can try to be up in sacks, potentially. Or I might take unnecessary chip. Or I could just win the speed tie and win the game right now, is what I was. Because if I can get rid of this, then between Zoroark and Passimian, I just win. So, unfortunately, I lose the speed tie. And I'm like, okay. And at this point, I pretty much just had my head down. I was like Ned Stark being led up to execution. Spoilers for Game of Thrones. I was like, alright, I'm just going to have my head down and go out with honor. My only win con is to try to use Bruxish to take out this thing. Maybe they go their own Bruxish and I win that speed tie. You know? So I go for Wave Crash because they're not going to... I know that they're going to switch out into something. I'm going to try to get as much damage as possible. I'm Life Orb. No, right? Am I Life Orb? Did I take Chip? Because I thought I was... let me see. Oh, no, I'm Banded. That's right. My bad. I'm Banded. I don't know why I thought I was Life Orb. So they go for Terra Water, and they go for an Aqua Jet. I'm Jolly. I was fully expecting a speed tie, and I was fully expecting to probably lose that speed tie and then just have them kill me there. It says that I have 3 Pokemon left, but in reality the Passimian said it's just the Zoroark illusion. So they went for the Aqua Jet. I may be thinking I would go for Aqua Jet. I'm not sure exactly what the process was there. Maybe they thought it would give them a better chance. I was Dazzling. I wasn't even Strong Jaw, because I was like, well, if I face a Zangoose, this might come in clutch because they might go for a quick attack expecting to take me out. But in reality, I'm faster. But in reality, they can't use priority versus me. So that's what I did. And I'm like, oh, well, that finishes it. So because they're so low, I know I can just sack off my Zoroark to close combat, bring it back in, and then run Aqua Jet. So I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't mean to do that to you. I thought it was over. I was ready to admit defeat and just go for the best play at the time, and it just didn't turn out like that. I just wanted to win the speed tie with Passimian. It didn't work out, but it worked out in another way. And this is the game that then allowed us to have a chance at winning. I really needed to win that game so that Coolio could win in RU. So now we're down to Little Cup. We got, let me switch it around here. We got Spacey versus William, aka Will. So what do we got? I mean, I feel like if you think that NU has like over centralization, I mean, look at this. We got this. I mean, just of course they're gonna have the Diglett and the Little Bish, and I feel like the what's it called? Toad School is very common. Let's see what happens. So Toad School versus the Crab. Out in a Magnemite. Go for an Ice Punch, does absolutely nothing. Yeah, you kind of have to go for an Ice Punch when you're facing down an opposing Drifloon. So, but you get. I always say to go for the mid ground just to get the guaranteed chip off. Terra Blast Ice does a heck of a lot still to Magnemite. Flash Cannon goes off. Bring out Toad School. There goes the Eviolite. I'm assuming, yeah, they're gonna remove both their Eviolites. Giga Drain heals it back up. So a little bit of a Giga Drain war over here. 26 versus 34. They're doing more, so they can't even Rapid Spin. No speed boost for them. Go for a nice Will-O-Wisp to get a little bit of chip off on this thing. Alright, so the Terra Blast Ice, cool. Alright, bring out the Glimlet into the Toad School, go for the Power Gem. As Drifloon comes out. And there goes the knockoff. Into the Acro. So, Destiny Bond, yeah, because you know that you can't do anything versus his Pawniard, and if they go for Sucker instead of Ironhead, I guess it wouldn't have worked, and they probably would have known they were going for Destiny Bond. But the best play there to try to go 1-for-1 and take out Pawniard, pretty good. That way you can come in with Zora later. So they bring out their own Crab, go for Drain Punch. In comes Magnemite. Oof! As it's not actually a Magnemite. I'm not going to get it mixed up with Nimble like I did last time. So the Magnemite is indeed the Zora. I'm going to try to keep that in mind. Go for Hex there. EQ is going to end the illusion as they go for another Hex. Alright, back out in the Glimlet. Going to take a heck of a lot, not even Sash. But it does get up a nice little Toxic Spike for Kerballer. So it's going to come in and get poisoned. Terra Ice, Terra Blast. Alright, there's a Sucker. Not going to do enough. Yeah, Magnemite has a good bit more defense than its Spadef, I think. If it's anything like Magnezone. And at this point, that's it. GG's. Alright, moving on to National Dex. So, we got Akari versus ER Silverhand, aka Jeff. The leader of the Edgerunners. So if we look at this, nice. I love Mega Dynasty personally. We got Weavile, Magnezone. You know, if you took all this without the Dynasty, it just looks like Sword and Shield OU. Maybe if you put a Dragapult on top of Dynasty or something like that. Or maybe a Clef and then substitute this out. Or probably Tangrowth out. Tangrowth wasn't. No. I can't remember honestly. Am I mixing it up with BDSP? I don't know. Either way, they got a Dragapult, Clefable, Gliscor. You'll love to see it. Alright. So go for a Toxic into the U-turn. Alright, back out in the Mana Zone. Mega Scizor. Hidden Power Fire, not going to do nearly enough though. Imagine still having Hidden Power. Terra Fire would have killed. Alright, you turn out. Yeah, but I know there's a whole thing with like Z moves and Terrestrializing, and they probably got their Terra on another Mon. Alright, so Weavile comes in. I miss knockoff so much. Imagine being able to knock off leftovers and heavy duty boots. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so Tangrowth comes in. I feel like, wasn't Tangrowth in Sword and Shield? I feel like I remember using it in Wi-Fi battles in Sword and Shield. It all kind of just flows together at this point though. But I'm pretty sure it was. So rocks go up as they go for a poison heal. You turn out into the Rotom. So their Landorus is poison and they're facing down a Rotom. It's not looking too good. They're going to want to switch out. Oof, missed a Willow. I thought they might go for a Volt Switch, but they're going to get a clean chilly reception out into Tangrowth. Nice and safe. Alright, Weavile comes in. Very scary situation here. Yeah, going to want to go onto your defense monster. They do have the Roost, so it's able to keep them nice and healthy. Get some Rocky Helmet Chip though. Back out into the Gliscor. Knock off the Toxorb, not going to do a lot for him though. Alright. Get some regen on Tangrowth as Lando comes in. As I'm assuming just going to get up rocks. Did this have rocks? No. Alright, you turn out into zone. Yeah, that's the thing. They can just keep on switching. But the Rotom doesn't have its leftovers anymore. So you can chip this thing down. 1% survival rate. Oof. And then there's a safe Flash Cannon in case they switch into Gliscor. Even though they shouldn't. They should just sack it. Alright, Terra Ghost is going to do a heck of a lot. Alright, that's good to know that Terra Ghost is 46 to Lando. I'm not sure if there's Spadef or not. I feel like the Terra Ghost, that's got to be Spadef Lando, right? To only be taking 46? That's kind of crazy. Shadow Ball does 40 to Weavile. As they just keep on switching. I don't know if it would have been better to try to take care of this thing right there. They might have suspected him to double out into Clef. I gotta think is the play they were trying to make. Because you gotta try to get every advantage you can in this game. So they're gonna go for it now. They're committed. So finally knock him out. As I'm dumb. It's not even a freaking Dragapult. It's how was I supposed to know? You know, I couldn't tell from this side. I couldn't even told if it was. I was watching it from the other side. Scizor comes out. I bet if I would have calced, I would have known based on the damage that it would have done. So yeah, because I was gonna say if it was Specs Pult, it had to be doing some more damage than that. That had to have been Scarf Terra, right? I feel like Specs. Yeah, we already showed it. Yeah, I was gonna say Specs Terra Dragapult should be doing more to a Lando than that. So I guess that was kind of the key giveaway, but hard to tell. I go for Bullet Punch, Rocky Helmet. I'm not sure if they're gonna Leech Seed. Okay, they switch out. Alright. I thought they might just go for rocks, but they just go for defog. Yeah, this thing's poison, so you turn out into Slowking. I'm not sure what they're gonna do here. If they're gonna oof, another key Toxic miss. They miss Will-O-Wisp and they miss Toxic on this guy. Quite unfortunate for them. So U-turn's not gonna quite take it out. I think the poison will, right? The trauma team. Get a little defog. I think leftovers are going to save it this turn. Oh no, it's not. My bad. Yeah, it does 12% because it already had taken some chip, and it was badly poisoned. So now they're going to Terra. I mean, now they're going to Mega Evolve and get some rocks up. 61%. They don't even EQ. I really thought they were going to EQ there, but they knew they'd live, and so they're going to safely go out into their Scizor to Bullet Punch it. So now they're just going to go back out into this right. At least they have rocks up. Alright, you turn out trying to preserve all their mons. I mean, really, they don't have any switch-ins. I mean, they can switch in, but it's like not that many times. Never-ending nightmare. There's the Z So that's why they couldn't Terra this. As they go for sub. Chilly reception. Oh wait, is it that you can't Terra or you can't Z? I don't know the exact rules. If you can Terra and then use a Z move. No, that can't be it. I don't know. I'm sure they handle it a certain way in National Dex that I'm just unaware of. Either way, we know that the Zoroark is the one that was Terra. So you knock them off. They can't even do enough because they're burnt, unfortunately. And they were Ghost CMZ, which already got used up, so that's going to cause it to do even less. Finally, get rid of the sub. It's just going to go for it again. As, yeah, can't sleep powder right there. There goes another Dragon Dance. As it's just kind of a lesson in futility here, unfortunately. There's the Dragon Darts. Yep, there it goes. Alright, and so now we are on to the VGC game. So I think I kind of already spoiled the ending, but so we got 1 loss, 2 loss, 1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins. Yeah, so we're 3-3 here. So going into this, we got Knicknom versus Curry. So dual Garchomp versus a Talonflame Rotom. I should run this team. This looks fun. Let's see where they're gonna go. I thought they would go for a Tailwind there, but they just decided to go for that as they go for Rock Slide. A Dragon Claw into that. I guess they knew that they were going to go for Rock Slide there, so they'd rather just take out the Garchomp and get go 1 for 1, then get up a Tailwind and then face 2 Mons. So go for Willow there. So now this Garchomp is not nearly as strong. Go for the Protect on a Brave Bird. Ooh, look at that damage. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, the Dragon Dance. That's crazy. Alright, Flame Hound's going to come out. This really is 2014. That's what I was saying. Like, this doesn't look anything like VGC Regulation 3. But you'll love to see it. Nice, fun VGC game. Alright, Loom comes out. Terra Dark as they go for the Mach Punch versus this thing. Doesn't do nearly as much as they need it to. It's going to die to Recoil. And there's the Terra Crunch coming off. So, Knicknom's got to come through. Let's see what happens. So, down 1 game. They need to win these last 2 games. Very climactic. Alright, so get the Sand up and then go on to Intimidate. They've got Salazzle this time, so they're going to fake out. Alright, Will-O-Wisp, but it's immune. So, very good switch there by them. So, I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb on the Terra, as they go for a Snarl, reduce the special attack, which sucks for them. And it's Lum! I mean, I just feel like I keep staring down like, how are they going to pull this off? Like, this is not looking good, Knicknom. Go for another Sludge Bomb. Get the key poison! You need that poison. They resist, so what's this guy doing? Oh, they predicted right. They go for the Crunch. So now they can take him out. I'm surprised that you mean to tell me how slow is this thing? This thing must be. I mean, it doesn't even have the defense boost anymore from the Sands. That's really helping them too. Their Achilles heel. They might have their offenses really high, but their defenses are kind of lacking right now, and they don't even have enough speed to outspeed their own Arcanine. So go for Protect. Alright, go for the Flare Blitz. Not doing quite enough. As the Poison should take him out, right? Yep. Because it's just a regular Poison. Alright, Talonflame comes out. Oof, 100% died to Brave Bird. Jeez. Doesn't take him out. Alright, who's their last 2? They got Rotom and who else? Garchomp. Okay. So Dragon Claw can take this thing out. Is this Scarf? In order to outspeed the Talonflame? Alright, go for CC. That's going to take some Rough Skin Ship. And then Hydro, bada bing, bada boom. Who's the last one? Garchomp, right? So Terra Steel, Dragon Claw, into their own Dragon Claw, and then as long as they... Oh yeah, the Rough Skin's just going to take him out. Okay. So Salazzle really came through whittling down that T-Tar. Let's see what happens in Game 3. Dreamweaver versus Shadow Crush. Alright, let's see what happens in Game 3. So it's Salazzle and Rotom versus Dreamweaver and Shadow Crush. Alright, Terra Steel as they go for the fake out. Into the Willow. Oof. The Comatose is going to save him. Alright, what's going to happen here? Sludge Bomb resist. No poison this time. And they're keeping up the rock type. They're like, I don't want to get beaten down by these special type attackers. Going to keep their advantage. Stone Edge easily going to kill about 10 Salazzles. As Garchomp comes in. Go for the Protect. Into Rock Slide. Missed the Talonflame. That's what you really wanted to hit. But you did Protect. And you know that you're faster because you're Scarf. So going to go for it again. This time it's able to take it out. Can we get a flinch on a T-Tar? We don't even need it. We just go for a T-Bolt and it's out. Nice. Alright, Dreamweaver and Sandshark come out. Switch out into Talonflame. Terra Fairy on the suspected Dragon Claw. But they're Scarfs. They can only go for Rock Slide. You don't want to do that versus a Sandshark. As they go for Play Rough. It's looking pretty good. Alright, take some recoil. Oof, miss on the Talonflame. They did miss their other Talonflame before, but you know. Even if they had missed, they just would have gone out in a Dragon Claw, so that miss ultimately didn't matter. At least from what I'm seeing. If anyone wants to point it out to me in the comments, then please point it out, and I'll try to take it in. Alright, that's going to be GG's. Week 3, very wild, very controversial week. I just want to say, listen, it's all just for fun. You know, everything that we do in Pokemon, we're just trying to have a good time and have fun. Sometimes things happen in games that we can't ultimately control, but that's just the game that we play. When we sign out to play this game, there's an invisible contract that we sign that says sometimes we live and die by hacks, and unfortunately that happened in one of the games this week, at least. But that's going to be GG's to Edgerunners and Jeff. And then, yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.